Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to be playing some mono white humans. The reason we're playing this is because in best of one, this deck generally has the highest win rate overall of overall decks in general, because best of one is a very tough place to keep a very high win rate good, because you lose to variants. Sometimes you lose to decks that are just catered to beat yours, or other factors kind of step in and make it hard. This deck list I found at 220 games was at a 70% win rate. We're going to take it. We're going to run it in the gauntlet, see how it goes. If you enjoy the content, please be sure to subscribe. Outside of that, let's just get out there and game. A lot of lands. And my opponent's first, but maybe we'll just rip creatures here. More lands. Sure. In any other game I play today, I probably won't see this many lands. But it's what I'm really good at. Starting to learn. We'll get Warden removed. I feel like just removing the Vanguard makes more sense, but okay. Okay, I will just concede, I guess. What? Yeah, so if that's going to explain how today's going to go, I'm probably on a 7 losing streak playing other decks, and that is exactly how it's been going. Another 4 land opener. Are we ready to draw 2 more lands in a row and lose? I hope so. It's my favorite part of playing this game. We get to play a Warden, Initiate, maybe a 2-drop, who knows. Instead, and then we can play the Evangelius. Like, I don't mind 3 lands. Like, it's not the worst thing. Like, 4 lands is not the worst. We just have to draw anything other than lands. And now we're against Golgari, which is going to be tough in general. They kind of give us that. Could have probably played Foundry, but we're not really attacking with it anytime soon. We'll attack here. We'll play Adeline next turn. We'll just have Adeline sit there and look pretty. Oh, they play a Preacher. That's not good. I guess I'll play the Evangelius, because then we can attack with a bird. I don't really care what I scry, I guess. Warden's fine because it's another creature I can play into this, and we just pass. They have less life than me, so if an attack here comes, they will only make a 1/1. All right, they keep drawing cards. I guess the only thing I really have to worry about is like a Gix command, right? They do attack, which is whack. Sure. I mean, do you have a go for the throat, cut down? There's a lot of things you could have. Or you want to hold priority? Okay. Thank you. They tapped out. So let us play Foundry here. You can make a lot of flyers kind of go over the top, and I kind of like that plan. That line's good, but it's definitely the spot of removal. So we'll play another one of these. We'll play another one of these. We'll activate here. Here, and here. Honestly, I might just great draw. I might just activate this to the point that it just starts flying. Just becomes like a pretty brutal threat overall. I mean, that's 4 in the air, and then next turn I'm going to play land. I'm going to play Vanguard plus Adeline and attack. The only thing we have to dodge here is a Gix command, which is very possible for them to have. Like, sure, that's a lot, but will you attack me? And what will you attack me with? Will they realize that these Evangelius are +3 to all other creatures here? Not sure, but we'll see. Graveyard Trespasser might be enough. I'm not doing the math if you don't do it. I will play land. I will play Adeline, as I generally call it, and then I will play a Coppercoat Vanguard. Then I could tap both of these plus like the Initiate and just attack out. Nah, we definitely just send the team. Now everything trades up or dies, kind of, but we do get a lot in the air. And remember, when the Evangelius dies, they make 1/1 flyers. We trade the other creature off. No? Uh-huh. Alright, you're at 2. Now we make more birds. Now you have a lot to deal with. Dodging Gix command again is what we want. We're so dead to Gix command, which is really funny. Now we left with the Graveyard Trespasser behind, but they can also put lifelink on something. Gildred, not enough. Not enough. Draw. Sure. In case I'm missing something, I'll bring this up and I'll attack. I don't think I'm missing anything, but the fact that they stayed made me just like second guess something there. But now we can see the difference in like how a game turned out when we kept 4 lands in comparison to the first one, which is quite wild. But I mean, that was a big difference too. And I am loving 4 land openers in this deck. If I could play like Domain or Control and just start with 4 landers, I would. But this deck is like making it special for me. Let's play Thalia. Thalia's really good in this spot. They can't remove it. They don't cast anything. Maybe they'll remove it next turn, which is fine. We can play an Adeline, have Adeline kind of brick wall, but I would actually prefer to play Evangelion here, I think. Well, never mind. I get to attack, so Thalia's Adeline's actually the better play. Normally it's the other way, because this will make 2 creatures, and unless they cast in the festivities, I keep both, unless the commander is obviously flipped over, and then they get exiled, and the die effect on Evangelius will not work. This card's so sweet. There's a Godric. Godric's a big creature. Attack. No block, big dog. You got it. I mean, realistically, I think I just present to my opponent, would you like to race? I'm totally down for this. You're at 4. I will pass. At 15, I'm feeling good. Godric's there. Got for his mark. Every time that I play a control deck and I'm like, man, I really need to draw lands, I'm just gonna come play mono white. I love lands. That's like when mono red somehow draws more lands than you and you're like the control deck. Well, you attack. If you attack, that's what? Realize you're dead on board. Us in the festivities? No? What do you have? What do you have that can, 1, kill a Thalia, which is, I'm pretty sure, impossible. Sure. Uh-huh. Okay. Yes. You know, you do live here if you don't attack me with Godric. Crazy. Nuts. And if you're playing in the festivities, like, this doesn't even feel bad, I think. Like, trade off the Godric, you're feeling good, you end the festivities, you clean the board, and then you just do mono red stuff, go ham. But sure, attack away, King. Fine. Wow. Knew what our play was. We just had to wait. And land, attack. Boy, Golgari is going to be tough, I think, with this hand. Doesn't feel great. But if we do draw land, we feel a lot better. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe indeed. Go down is possible. Hello, opponent. You good? You have to pass phases. We could knight here, but I'm going to do this. I know they have a go for the throw, or at least a cut down, which sucks, but I'm also going to get a scry off. Maybe they'll pop my warden in response here. No? Okay. This. We can kind of gauge what we got here. We still keep a creature. Ooh. Yeah, we actually take that here, I think. Back. Because then that'll actually allow us to play the Knight and a Brutal Cathar if they're like turn 3 Glissa here. Or Preacher. And like there's a lot of things that they can play here that's kind of annoying. That's one of them. That does not bother me at all. Land. I think if I'm gonna cast this tonight, I'd rather tap both of these.
I'll be back with friends.
I'd rather tap both of these and make sure I can grab 2 drops instead. Well, we'll find 2 1-drops, but that's fine regardless. Now we'll play out more. We're a turn away from Gix command, so we feel fine. If it's shielded here, we feel fine, especially fine. Nothing. I mean, if it's Mishra's Foundry, then sure. Here. Trying to get my warden high enough that the here. Please move here. Because I don't want to lose my creatures to say like a Gix command on just the 2-mana ability part. Or the destroy everything under 2. Made attack. But now both of these will get training. Now the Foundry doesn't really trade off with anything. If they use Gix command to blow up my board next turn, I'll keep my Hopeful Initiate around and I'll keep my Warden around, which just works out great. And if that's the case, we also can just barrel a Brutal Cathar in. What do you have? Yep. We get around it and we still win. Nice. Knowing what we need to remove. No 1-drop kind of sucks, to be honest. But maybe we'll draw one. Plus land. Oh. Phase 1 complete. Phase 2? No. No. Oh, that's fine. Oh yeah. Trying to think of which to play. Like, do I give him ward and then just let this get popped, or do I play a Thalia that can block pretty solidly here? The underdog. You know what I thought about when our opponent played a Liliana earlier, like our last opponent? Like how solid this creature is against Liliana. It's actually so good. 1-drop. 1-drop. Then I'll actually try like this. Land's great. Then I'll pass, and then we'll use Thalia as kind of a shoulder check card here. They could attack with the Dread Knight alone, and I could block, and they can cycle for a card. They choose not to. I don't know why I'm doing this to my nose, but that's that was just my instinct, my initial reaction. Let's give our stuff ward. They'll allow it. Grow some of our stuff here. Just making it harder overall. Make it complicated. They allow it. Just not big enough, so I'm gonna do pretty much the same game plan where I kind of gatekeep here. Eventually we just try to get that flying. I'll throw that away. I'm looking for either a land or like Adeline, and I think I'm down to hold for one more turn. They missed the land drop, which is like, this is when you should be the most aggressive in theory. Like, you can argue this is when you're supposed to be most aggressive, and I'm not sold on that, because it's like, we know they have all spells and they left 3 mana open. Now they have 4. We'll probably see a Shieldred come down here. I would imagine they're going to probably try to like brick wall this current board position, I would assume. Then our Warden gets flying, and then it becomes really tough to remove. Maybe indeed. Play Evangelius 1. That gives us some tap nonsense to do here. Never really attacking with his Vanguard, so we'll just tap it. Do a little tap action. I'll let that one go. Again, looking for something a little bit better. Attack for 5 in the air. Go down won't work. Go for the throat works just enough. Discarded the rest. Okay. Sure. This is what's so nice about these two, is they do kind of just brick wall like this style of deck. Although, we plan on kind of turning it around here. Would love to find Adeline that can turn up the pressure, but if they pass again, they mainly been passing when they've had removal up and available. So I would assume that that's definitely what this is. But let's play Vanguard instead. Vanguard attaches ward to everything else that's a human. And now we have both our Vanguards have that pacing on it. I just start shipping. Like, when do I start attacking, you know? Maybe it's now. Just not sold that it's any good. Now I'm gonna attack with this, because it'll make another bat, and then I'll have flyers, and that just becomes a little bit more awkward to move around. This is creatures, so this also counts the bats. And maybe they're thinking about that. Then Warden will grow it here. Whoa. They were serious about that one. Stop these. I mean, Knight's pretty free here, so we'll definitely take it. And if that's the case, I know I'm not going to be able to pump this, but this is a 5/1 lifelinker. I'd much rather play it and then dig with this Knight. Mosswood for a draw. Is this Mosswood a play? The land Mosswood play. So removal is officially out of hand, I think we can assume here. Play here. Make more. I will tap here, here. Here. Thalia is good. Then yes. Now we're just like really making this board big. Another one, and then Athalia. It's so weird because the problem is I don't feel like we're playing this game wrong, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think the problem is these are just recyclable, and I don't have things like trample or imitating recruiter or whatever to get through this. But this is recyclable. This is recyclable. This is also recyclable, and it just kills our creatures straight up. I think I just pump and I pump and I pump until they can't really stop me. The other thing is, even a Gix command here doesn't work because these Vanguards make their power and toughness, their power stay too high. So, like, these won't die, causing everything else to die. And if they do the highest converted mana cost, like toughness or power, it's going to be this or the Knight at any point in time. So, we don't really care. Then we look in here, and then we pick up another Vanguard and Athalia, and I'm going to play the other Vanguard, and we're just shipping this entire team, especially with this active, these Flyers active, and all the extra Lords. They do 1 block, they do 2 blocks, they do a 3rd block, or a 3rd block if I even have this there, and we just slam them. It was first. Yeah, we'll keep this. On a red. I'll probably play the one that can trade up. Will be recruitment here. Trade up or end up trading the Kimono. If it's a Felton, then oh, might be dead to that, chat. Might just be dead to that one. Double strike be wild. Wow. Have trample. You're gone, big dog. I have nothing to say to you. We'll play here. I mean, we have to kind of be aggressive, right? I think we wait too long. We're the one going to get smoked. We just get suplexed. There's that. What a weird case there. Oh boy. Oh, pass. I think they had something. It just tapped weird for him. I have a weird suspicion they were super dead. I don't know what told you guys that, but I feel dead. We want to bring this up because I need to dig for creatures. I'm mulling that hand. It was just too heavy. I've had those hands way too many times and then just never find the land that I need. We'll keep here. With that said, I'll throw a land back. But I at least have 1 drops. I have playables at least. Sure. Find another land. Play Vanguard. We'll attack. Maybe they'll block. They don't block. Okay. Then we can play Foundry. We can play Brutal Cathar. Pick this up because I assume this is going to get popped and the Siren on the Siren. Ooh, attack with the Siren. Getting ninjutsu'd? I feel some way. I feel some type of way, team. I'm actually pretty pumped about it. I'm gonna make things a little bit awkward. I'm gonna take this out, and I'm gonna just start threatening. I'm gonna try to be the more aggressive deck, where they're kind of forced to hold their creatures back, and then they have to go to combat on my terms. I'm also not opposed to like blocking here, but ninjutsu doesn't count as casting a spell. So if they ninjutsu something here, so be it. Sure. Sure, you're not like the worst thing in the world. What is that? I'm horrified. Because I messed up. One of the problems of playing against a deck that you don't know. This. Just sure they can get their spyglass back, but that's fine. We're fine with this overall. Yeah. Sure. Getting ninjutsu'd. Yeah, so those both trigger. That's crazy. Oh, look at that. Now I actually can have a creature that can block. Maybe. But we don't have time to wait. We gotta ship them. Never playing around that in a million years, chat. I'm not even gonna read it. Like, just not playing around that one, like, ever. I don't care. But we have the blocks. They can crack maps, but we have the blocks. No? Have the blocks. Jutsu doesn't work here. Yes. Those maps are sorcery speed. I feel so behind times, you know? This shit? What is this thing? No? We just wait again? Now they have to crew it. Then I can block my flyer again? Maybe someday they'll start using these map tokens. They start now. Yeah? This block? I don't know what's happening. Combat? Back? 6? A warden? I have no idea what's going on. Turn. I'm so confused. Hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Hmm. Sure. Have a land. Are you missing the fundamental piece here? No? Maybe? Did you miss it? I have a foundry that can attack. It's a sneaky one, but it is there. So we end up escaping whatever that was. That flash artifact, its crew. Never playing around that. I mean, yeah, we'll keep. We have the upside. We just need to draw a land. I have like all the upside. Play recruitment officer. Because technically it does force him to use a spell on Swift Spear or cast a spell prior. And everything dies to play with fire in my hand. Besides, obviously, like, early wise. Mono, sure. Blocks. Monstrous Rage does the same exact thing. But does one more damage here, and I get to keep my creature around to potentially block a Kamano next turn. So I lean a little bit more, or not, maybe not block Kamano next turn, but block it eventually. But we have our recruitment officer ready. Maybe we have it block something else, like Bloodthirsty Adversary. Here's a good chance for it to find some value. They have another Monstrous Rage. They have another Monstrous Rage. Or that, like, the downside of playing against red when they're on the play. Like, we drew another 1-drop. We just will not win this game, so we'll concede. Good job, red. Oh boy. We go first. Sweet. Do I ever have a 3-land opener? Have I had a 3-land opener? Oh, yeah. I forgot. We're in the mono red gauntlet now. If you play mono red once, you have to play it 4 more times in a row. Coward. Coward. Little they know, I had 2 more ready, too. And just like that, we got our win back. Here we go first. This hand's like... Alright. I hope to draw, like, honestly, another 1-drop is best draw, because then it starts like curving out incredibly well. Because we play 1-drop here, then we play 1-drop, and then we scry, do the thing, and then we can do night. Drop, 1-drop. We might even do the thing. This is a lot of pressure. I mean, that works, I think. Because we can play land, play it, and then do the 4 creatures into night. Land. Although... I'll just set up for a big board here. Maybe. Sweet. Yeah, this should be good. Commit. Sure. Fine. Probably these 2. And then do not dodge this card, but that card is a 1 or a 2 of. Did we grab this mainly just because it does dodge Brothers Hidden? That's... Okay. We went back to mono white. humans, as you can see, because we did get to play with a couple of new pieces that mono white doesn't typically kind of have in it. It does now, but in the past, and that is basically playing this card. This card provides a lot of value for us, and honestly, in kind of a better way than Imitating Recruiter can at times, just because it can make the flyers that are really awkward for our opponents to deal with, which also goes incredibly well with the Savage Terrier because it puts 1/1 on all creatures. So then we start making flyers that kind of get to go over everything else and hit. It's the same thing I brought up whenever I played Esper. Is the reason the Esper is so good as in any kind of dirty board, which I call dirty boards, like boards with a lot of creatures on it for both sides. Flyers generally take priority because they get to just go over the top, and as soon as you have enough over the top, you just swing them and hit them. And most creatures don't have reach as of what is printed right now, so this helps in that regard, where Recruiter can just sometimes get a little bit clunky. Also, it's adding a color for not a whole lot of gain, I think, overall, at least for this deck. And then obviously having Knight to basically grab anything 3 mana and under is just really nice. So we always want to be able to activate for 3 or less. We have the typical 12 1-drops. We have the 10 2-drops into 11. Because we're down 1 Brutal Cathar. We're at 23 lands. A lot of times you'll see us kind of thin down to 22. But we're playing 2 Nganjos, just 2 spells and 3 Mistress Foundries instead of 4. Overall, I mean, this deck has the highest win rate standard just in best of 1. To specify, best of 1. The list I end up finding over 220 games had a 69% win rate, almost 70% win rate. Like, great. Like, you can't go wrong with that. Like, what? That's insane. So other than that, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye. Thanks for watching.